Ever been jolted awake in the middle of the night by a painful leg cramp? Or maybe you were just out for a walk, and suddenly your calf tightened up so badly it brought tears to your eyes. If you're over 50, chances are you've dealt with these random muscle cramps, especially at night. They sneak up quietly, but leave you tired and frustrated the next day. Hi, I'm Dr. Justin. I'm 60 years old, and I've spent over 30 years helping older adults all across the U.S. live healthier, more comfortable lives. Today, I want to share with you 5 simple foods, nothing fancy, nothing expensive, that can really help reduce muscle cramps, support your nervous system, improve your sleep, and make walking feel easier again. So go ahead, grab a warm drink, take a seat, and let's dive in together. Avocado, a natural source of potassium, magnesium, and anti-inflammatory power. I want you to picture this. It's a quiet morning. You're making breakfast. Soft sunlight pours through the window. Maybe some gentle music is playing. And on your plate, half of a ripe, creamy avocado, sitting next to a slice of warm, toasted whole grain bread. Sounds simple, right? But what I'm about to tell you might change the way you see that avocado, a fruit that's often labeled as just for young people on trendy diets. I'm a 60-year-old doctor, and I've spent the better part of my life working with patients over 50. And I'll tell you honestly, so many of those painful nighttime leg cramps, that nagging tension in your calves, it can be eased just by starting your morning with half an avocado. Have you ever felt your calf tighten up in the middle of the night? You wake up, grimacing, rubbing it for minutes, try to calm it down? One of my patients, Linda, 68, once told me, "I'm scared to go to sleep. I never know when the cramp will hit again." But we made one small change. She added avocado to her breakfast. 10 days later, she called me and said, "Doctor, I just slept through the night for the first time in 3 months." Why does it help? Avocados actually contain more potassium than bananas, and potassium is key to keeping your muscles relaxed and balanced. They're also rich in magnesium and healthy fats, which help blood circulation and reduce inflammation, especially as we age and our blood vessels lose elasticity. And that's not all. Avocados are packed with vitamin E and B6, which calm the nervous system and help prevent those little spasms that cause tension and discomfort at night. Now, I'm not asking you to overhaul your entire lifestyle. All I'm suggesting is try half an avocado a day. Nothing fancy, just something simple. A small act of self-care. You might be thinking, really? Just half an avocado? And I'd smile and say, yes, because sometimes the smallest things make the biggest difference. 2 eggs, for muscle strength and a healthier nervous system. There's something I often say to my patients over 60, especially the ones who tell me, "Doctor, every time I lie down, my muscles start cramping." Or, "I wake up feeling like I've been wrung dry." And it's this. Are you underestimating one of the simplest, most familiar foods that might actually be more powerful than any supplement you've tried? I'm talking about eggs. Now I know, just hearing the word eggs probably triggers a lot of reactions like, "Oh doctor, I thought eggs were bad for older people. Too much cholesterol, right?" But let me clear something up. That belief is outdated. Unless you have severe heart disease or a specific medical condition, eggs can actually be a secret weapon for your muscles and nervous system after age 50. Here's the truth. Nighttime leg cramps aren't just about missing minerals. They're often a sign that your muscle mass is slowly fading, something that happens naturally as we age. It's like a quiet leak. You don't notice it until the effects hit you. That's where eggs come in. They're packed with pure, high-quality protein that's easy for your body to absorb, which means they help maintain muscle strength and repair tissue damage that happens overnight. I had an old patient, Mr. Robert, 72 years old. He used to say the morning aches and pains were just part of getting old, nothing I can do. So I suggested a small change. Start eating a soft-boiled egg in the evening, paired with some leafy greens. 3 weeks later, he came into my office and told me something I'll never forget. "Doctor, sleep isn't a battle anymore." But eggs aren't just about protein. They're also rich in vitamin D, B12, and choline, a powerful trio that supports nerve health. And guess what? That's exactly what helps prevent the misfiring signals in your nervous system that cause random cramps, muscle twitching, and those stiff neck or shoulder pains you might have blamed on sleeping wrong. You don't need to eat a dozen eggs a day. Just 6 to 7 eggs a week, spaced out over breakfast or a light dinner, is enough to give your body what it needs to rebuild. 1 boiled egg, a slice of whole grain toast, a cup of warm tea. That's all it takes to help your body reset and repair. Have you tried that before? If not, I really want you to give it a shot tomorrow. Because staying healthy after 50 isn't about doing something extreme. It's about making small, smart choices consistently. Banana 3. Bananas, a natural mineral fix for nighttime muscle cramps. Have you ever been sleeping peacefully, only to be jolted awake by a sharp, painful cramp in your calf? It feels like someone just grabbed your tendon and twisted it tight. No warning, no mercy. And for the rest of the night, you're tossing, turning, aching, unable to fall back asleep. I've heard this exact story hundreds of times from my older patients. And one of the simplest, most natural, and surprisingly effective solutions I often recommend? Backhand index pointing right, eat a banana before bed. Sounds almost too easy, right? But trust me, bananas are like nature's muscle-relaxing pill. They're loaded with potassium, magnesium, and vitamin B6. A powerful trio that calms your muscles, supports your nervous system, and even helps you sleep deeper. Potassium keeps nerve and muscle signals firing smoothly. Magnesium, something many people over 50 are deficient in, helps soothe muscle tension and reduce those sudden cramps. And B6? It helps your body produce serotonin and melatonin, your natural happy and sleep hormones. One of my patients, Mrs. Helen, 68, once told me she had to sleep with her feet sticking out from under the blanket every night because they felt hot, tight, and twitchy. I suggested she add 1 small banana to her light snack around 9 p.m. Just 10 days later, she looked at me and said, "Doctor, my legs don't rebel at night anymore." But here's something important. Timing matters. Don't eat a banana right before you hit the pillow. Aim to eat it 1 to 2 hours before bed, so your body has time to absorb the minerals properly. And remember, this isn't some miracle cure. It's part of a smarter, more mindful lifestyle. When you understand what your body really needs and feed it wisely, every night's sleep, every step you take, every morning you wake up, becomes that much easier, lighter, better. Have you ever tried this? If not, maybe tonight's the night to leave a ripe banana on your nightstand. Not just to eat, but as a little reminder that good health starts with small, intentional choices. 4. Coconut water, the natural electrolyte that eases cramps. Let me ask you something real quick. When was the last time you were truly thirsty? I don't mean just in the mood for a drink. I mean that kind of thirst where your entire body feels like it's crying out for help. A lot of my older patients say they don't feel thirsty anymore. At least not until they get a leg cramp, a light headache, their heart races a little, or they feel dizzy just from standing up too fast. And the problem usually isn't just dehydration. What they're really missing: electrolytes. There's one thing I often recommend. It's simple, natural, and surprisingly powerful. Backhand index pointing right, fresh coconut water. Not the sugary canned stuff, nope. I'm talking about pure, chilled coconut water, straight from the source. Nature's electrolyte drink. It's loaded with potassium, magnesium, calcium, and sodium. The 4 key minerals your muscles need to move smoothly, relax properly, and stay cramp-free. They also help keep your nervous system in check. Here's something most people don't realize. A lot of folks over 60 suffer from cramps, not because they lack calcium, but because their electrolytes are completely out of balance, especially if you're taking diuretics, or you sweat easily and forget to replenish minerals the right way. One of my patients, Mr. George, 72, from sunny Florida, kept getting leg cramps every time he worked in the garden. I gave him just one tip. Drink a small glass of coconut water after gardening. 2 weeks later, he came back smiling and said, "Doc, my legs are finally behaving." So here's my personal advice to you. Try 1 cup of unsweetened coconut water in the morning, or after light activity like a walk or watering your plants. Don't wait until your body complains. Take care of it gently, consistently, and with intention. Have you ever tried coconut water for your health? If not, maybe it's time to give your body a small, natural, and delicious gift each morning. 5. Nuts, magnesium, healthy fats, and natural muscle relief. Here's something interesting I've learned over years of working with older adults. A lot of people ignore small things just because they seem unimportant. But those little things, they can make a huge difference, especially when it comes to your health. Take nuts, for example. Pumpkin seeds, almonds, walnuts. Tiny, right? But inside, they're packed with magnesium and healthy fats. A real treasure for your nerves and muscles. I remember a patient, Linda, 67 years old. She used to wake up almost every night with leg cramps. I asked her, "Do you ever eat nuts?" She laughed. "Nuts? I thought only birds ate those things." But then, she gave it a try. Just a small handful of mixed nuts in the afternoon, about 28 grams a day. She also made sure to drink enough water. 2 weeks later, she came back and told me, "Doctor, for the first time in months, I slept through the whole night, no cramps." You see, magnesium from nuts helps your muscles relax naturally. It also calms the nerve signals that cause spasms and sudden cramps. And those healthy fats, they boost your blood circulation, nourish your nerves, and help reduce tingling, pain, and numbness, especially in your hands and feet. Now, if chewing is hard for you, don't worry. You can use natural nut butter, no sugar or added oils. Spread it on whole grain toast, or pair it with some fruit. Tasty and easy to absorb. Here's what I truly believe. After 50, our bodies deeply appreciate the gentle, consistent things. You don't need to eat a lot. Just a little every day, like watering a small plant. So, are you ready to give it a shot? Just one small handful of nuts today. And who knows? You might sleep better, walk steadier, and feel just a little more at ease all day long. After 50, our bodies are kind of like a garden that's already bloomed. They need a little more care, a little more kindness. Those sudden cramps, they're not just random. They're your body's way of whispering, "Hey, I need your attention." And sometimes, all it takes is something simple, a ripe avocado, a boiled egg, or a glass of fresh coconut water, to make a real difference in how you sleep, walk, and feel each day. Have you ever had those midnight muscle cramps? Have you tried any of the foods I mentioned in this video? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one of your stories. Backhand index pointing right, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you found this helpful, so you don't miss more health tips made especially for people over 50. And remember, taking care of yourself today is a gift your future self will thank you for.